Next, the connections between downtown and the City Beautiful movement.
Then, how the Union Station Arch made its way to the Arena District.
And later, find out how one restoration led to the welcoming of strangers in need.
That's Columbus Neighborhoods next, so stay tuned.
Support for Columbus Neighborhoods is provided by...
At American Electric Power, we've been proud sponsors of WOSU Public Media for many years and strong supporters of our headquarters city here in Columbus, both downtown and in neighborhoods like yours.
State Auto Insurance Companies, transforming to become a digital provider of auto, home, and business insurance. And for nearly 100 years, committed to the people and neighborhoods of Central Ohio. State Auto. The Columbus Foundation. Smart philanthropy for a smart city. ColumbusFoundation.org. Bailey Cavalieri. Your relationship with your law firm doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be right. CODA. Keeps our community moving forward. Falgren Moortime Marketing and Communications. Think wider. Ohio Health focuses on you and your family with a mission to improve the health of our communities. Women in Philanthropy at Ohio State, changing lives by giving together. And by contributions from these and other Columbus area families who support WOSU. Thank you.
It's hard to imagine that at one time, Columbus was a dirty city with muddy roads and architecture that was, at best, uninspired.
The late 1800s saw a new wave of architects that swept in the City Beautiful movement.
It started at the Chicago World's Fair and its magnificent white city designed by architect Daniel Burnham.
And it spread across the country, including here in Columbus, where Daniel Burnham made his own mark in two iconic buildings. Take a look.
The City Beautiful movement arrived with Daniel Burnham, its most notable architect. He designed the Union Station and the Wyandotte Building. But clearly, more was needed.
So there was a progressive sense in Columbus with civic-minded citizens, public leaders, elected officials who were concerned about the quality of life in the city and trying to improve it and make it better. The result of this group's efforts was the 1908 plan that was released in February of 1908. Well, the 1908 plan defined Columbus as an industrial city, a state capital, and an education center. And it challenged Columbus to become the most beautiful and well-ordered state capital in the country.
The plan called for city parks, not only Franklin Park, but a park along the riverfront and parks for schools. The plan called for a trade school on the west side of the Scioto River. And it called for a grand civic mall that began at the State House and marched proudly over the river into Franklinton, linking the past to the future. While many citizens had input into the plan, one man had the vision and experience to build it.
Well, Frank Packard was a nationally recognized architect, Columbus architect. He practiced between the 1890s to the 1920s and designed about 100 buildings in Columbus. He had a vision for his city.
It was said that what Daniel Burnham did for Chicago, Frank Packard did for his city, Columbus. But before Frank Packard could build the city center he wanted, the unthinkable happened. In 1913, the worst flood in the history of Ohio ravaged Franklinton. 17 feet of water roared down the Scioto River.
We had very heavy rain and all the rivers were rising. We saw a mad, whirling rush of brown water. As we watched, the Broad Street Bridge slowly broke up and tumbled into the flood. Railroad embankments and buildings whose walls went down to the river's edge melted before us.
When the flood came, the fire department came and warned everybody in the bullhorn. But a lot of people didn't believe it, and they refused to be warned. So they stood in their homes, and the water got the homes, the house floated in the middle of the street, and the bodies were floating on McKinley Avenue. All the bodies were floating, refused to leave.
They invited the surrounding people living in Franklinton to come and live at the hospital because most of the houses were underwater at that time. And because we were so high, we could take people in.
Oh, it was an appalling sight. One has to see the horror and filth of a flood to see what it is. Later, someone laid on the floor the limp body of a child of about 9. But a boy or girl, one could not tell for the covering of mud.
There was about 93 individuals that lost their lives and 4,000 homes that were destroyed in that flood. Gladden Community House reached out and helped rebuild the community and offered a lot of relief through social programs.
Everything had to be rebuilt. Every furnace and every building had to be redone because everything was ruined. There were lots and lots of fires because the gas lines ruptured and caused fires. There was no firefighting. Even with all that water, things were burning down.
It was a disaster. Obviously, they lost probably 99% of everything they owned, but it was still that persevering attitude that we'll go back and rebuild and start over.
Next, the last arch of the Union Station.
Then Hope Hollow and the people behind it.
And later, step back in time at the Ohio History Connection. The Union Station has its own story.
A story that includes efforts to completely tear it down.
And they pretty much succeeded.
Here's Jeff Darby with the one small bit of lasting legacy from the Union Station.
Columbus Union Station was one of the most iconic and most recognized buildings in our architectural history. And people were really sad when first the arcade in 1976 and then the station itself, 1977, were torn down for the new convention center. But it turned out that some of the arcade actually survived, and there's a piece right over here in my backyard. This lion's head was part of a cornice that was an upper part of the arch that's now preserved in the arena district. You still can see where the tracks are and get an idea of what the area looked like a long time ago. Why don't we go there? The first Union Station was built in 1850 at a location at the northeast corner of what now is North High Street and Nationwide Boulevard. The coming of the railroad really was something for Americans generally, and certainly for Columbus. There was a lot of excitement about this new form of transportation. We're at the convention center now, but I want to take you over to High Street and show you where the entrance arcade to Union Station was to give you a feel for what the area was like. So where we're standing right now is where you entered the property. And if you look, you can still see the tracks down below. The trains still go through here. There are no passenger trains, not since 1979. It's hard to tell right now, but this was the center of commercial and travel activity for Columbus in the 19th and most of the 20th centuries. This is where people arrived at the city. This is where they left from the city. They saw loved ones off to war. They saw people come back from war. It was the gateway for the community. Now I want to take you to see some architecture that was inspired by Union Station. We aren't entirely without Union Station. It still lives in a certain form and it's worth seeing. And it's the I-670 cap. It's the entrance to the short north. People sitting there having dinner or having coffee don't even know they're sitting on a bridge over a busy freeway. At the time, the Union Station Arcade was demolished in 1976, but because the arcade was listed in the National Register of Historic Places when the demolition began, there actually was a lawsuit filed to stop the demolition, and it was in fact stopped. And that gave enough time for a small group called Citizens for the Union Station Arch to form with the purpose of preserving the remaining arch. At the time the demolition was stopped, the arch was about all that was left. So it was quite an adventure for a bunch of amateur preservationists who didn't exactly know what we were doing. In 1999, to allow for expansion of a parking garage, the arch made its second move and was moved to the center of the Arena District, and is now a real feature of the district. At the time our little group was doing this, I don't think we had any idea of what the effect could be. So this is the arch here in the center of the Arena District. And so you get a sense of how monumental this really was and what a gateway for the city it was. The demolition of Union Station led directly to creation of the Columbus Landmarks Foundation, but I think generally because so many people remember Union Station, they're sorry that it's gone, they wish it hadn't been torn down. I think Columbus has been more sensitized to the whole issue of preserving our historic heritage. You can see here and there are pieces missing or damaged where the demolition did do some damage. But really, considering that it stood for 100 years and has been moved twice, it's not in bad shape. The process of reassembling it was very interesting. It took a long time to raise the funds. This little group of about 12 people. The pieces were taken apart from the original arch. They were numbered very carefully according to a plan. They were stored just long enough for all the numbers to wash off, so when it was time to put it back together, we weren't exactly sure how to do it. It was really a remarkable undertaking with a lot of donated help. Land from the electric company, Recreation of Parks agreeing to take care of it, mortar and sand from Columbus Coal and Lime, donated architectural services, trucking services donated, the storage was donated. And the City of Columbus, perhaps to make amends, did provide some cash subsidy to help pay some of the bills and got a very good piece of art as a result. It really is an important part of our past, and I for one am very glad it's still with us.
Next, a restoration for strangers in need.
And then the village at the Ohio History Connection.
There are a lot of television shows now that show you how to renovate a house and quickly turn it over for profit.
And this next story flips that narrative on its head because the homeowners took their renovation in a completely different direction.
Hi, Kevin. Hey, Tim. Nice to meet you. Hi,
Hello,
Dan.
Tim. Very nice to meet you, and welcome to our home, Hope Hollow.
Well, thank you for inviting me here. Can we go inside and take a look?
Absolutely. Let's go. Welcome.
Wow, this is very nice.
Yes, the kitchen was actually probably the area we had to do the least to, because the family who lived here before us had remodeled the kitchen. And the kitchen was originally 2 rooms, and they knocked out the wall to make it one large kitchen.
Well, this is a wonderful kitchen. I would love to see some of the space that you actually restore.
Absolutely. We'd love to show you. Let's move into the dining room.
Oh, wow, look at this.
This is our dining room.
Wow.
And we did quite a bit in here. When we purchased the home, the fireplace, we were told by the original owner, Mr. Meek's grandson, who's visited us numerous times, that his father, who actually built this home in 1939, acquired this mantelpiece from a home in Bexley. And he said that it was marble from northern Italy. And when we purchased the home, it had so much soot on it from the wood-burning fireplace. It was almost black.
Right.
And so we called a company called Marble Life, and Gary came out and worked for about 3 weeks and was able to get the soot off of it. But it's a lovely fireplace.
It's beautiful.
This china closet, our carpenter that we had worked with said, let's try to match it to the room. So he matched the bottom doors to the wainscoting, and he matched the top portion to the windows in the room.
Philosophically, when we acquired the home, I remember one day we were meeting with a contractor to work on the exterior of the home. He says, you have redwood siding that is like 14 inches wide, and he says, they don't even grow trees like this anymore. And he says, I really think you ought to think about looking at the character of your home and restore the beauty that's there rather than cover it up. And it kind of changed our thinking and how we approached every decision in the rooms that we had to do any work in.
Now, do you have picture from before that can actually help you to guide you with the restoration, or you're trying to add something to it that actually is appropriate to the,
Well,
to the style?
not only do we have some old photographs, one of the prior owners of this house brought us the original blueprints.
Oh, wow.
Not only the original blueprints with the signature of the architect, Thomas Tully, but one of the things that the architect had written in the memo section of the blueprints was the building is to be fashioned after a Pennsylvania farmhouse.
All right. I think one of the cool things about this building that I noticed, you mentioned about the house was built in 1939, which is really like right before the Second World War. And not just in Columbus, but all over the country. There's a very different characteristic and style of the home that was built before and after the war.
True.
Now this house, the style is actually very simple and almost humble, different, you know, than some of the more kind of post-war design.
That's very interesting. Would you like to see the living room?
Sure.
Let's move through the rest of the house.
Now, Tim, this was the original front door when the house was built by the Meek family in 1939, and this would have been the front porch. One of the things that we did in our restoration was we had to replace the windows of the home. And what we did was we took one of the original windows and we created a history with the old photographs we acquired from the Meek family. In the top right-hand corner here, this is James W. Meek, who acquired the property in the late 1800s. And there's his saddle and harness shop on Spring Street. Now, it's interesting, the light post in front of the house actually came from in front of that storefront. This is Paul Meek, who was actually the gentleman who built the house. This photo here is of the architect, Thomas Tully. And then this is a picture of the pillars out by the street. This picture was taken in 1948 when there was no other houses in the area.
It's still there.
The pillars are still there.
The pillars still
right.
there.
So as I mentioned before, this was the original screened-in front porch where we're standing. And back in the 60s, the Downing family acquired this home, and they did an addition. And so we're going to go from the old into what is now that we call the new from the 1960s.
Okay.
This is the family room.
Wow.
We did not buy this home just for ourselves. We actually had a mission, I guess you could say. I am a 2-time cancer survivor, and I have been very blessed with a good prognosis regarding my cancers. And I needed to find a way not just to speak the gratitude, but to really live the gratitude. So we decided that we would live that gratitude by helping other cancer patients. And we found this house and we fell in love with it, and it was perfect for what we wanted to do. And what we wanted to do was provide lodging at no cost, meals, and even transportation to cancer patients and their loved ones who did not have the financial means to be able to travel to come to Columbus for their cancer treatment. So we founded a nonprofit. It's called Hope Hollow, and we named the house Hope Hollow. We host cancer patients and their families here in our home, maybe 2 families a month, maybe 3 for short term. Well, the need is so great, we ended up starting to provide not only lodging in our home, but now we're providing lodging at hotels and motels.
A house is not just a shelter. It's also, home,
That's right.
for people to feel comfortable and feel like they're, being taken care of.
It's also been very special for me to have researched so much about the Meek family and the architect Thomas Tully in the restoration of this house, because it really gives validity to the walls and to the character of the home, and it's so wonderful to be able to share that with people.
This is a great house, and I'm so glad that you guys are adding more meaningful memories to the house.
Thank you.
And it's great.
Thank you very much. Kind words.
I think we should start a trend, Charlene. How about real reality?
Real reality?
Yeah, it's like virtual reality, only it's real.
Okay, got it. And guess what? I have the perfect place to take you back in time.
I know what you're thinking, the Ohio Village. Now that's real reality in a throwback kind of way.
Hey Megan, how are you?
Good, good to see you.
Well, it's nice to see you. You know, I recognize this as a school because it looks a little bit like the classrooms I was in when I was a kid. The kids today who come in here, is it immediately apparent to them that this is a schoolroom?
They kind of recognize the desk, so they know it's a schoolhouse, but it is, you know, different to them, especially the lack of technology.
And I bet a lot of kids have never really been around chalkboards very much.
No, that we're finding that changing more and more. They're becoming more used to having whiteboards or smart boards in the classroom. So we, at one point, would not have thought of these as an artifact, but they're becoming more so.
So this is Ohio Village at Ohio History Connection, and the date of this room and the rest of the village is?
We are now in the 1890s, 1898 specifically, so we're getting to the end of the 19th century.
And it's a one-room schoolhouse?
Yes.
How did that work?
So you had all students from all ages, not so much grades, but ages in one building, from the youngest all the way up to the oldest. The youngest usually sat up front. And so the teacher is giving a variety of lessons at a variety of levels to try to help students with the basics of reading, writing, and arithmetic. So it's almost more individualized instruction, but in this sort of mass group of kids.
Now, I just happened to notice as I walked by a dunce cap. Is that really a thing? Did they really use dunce caps?
Yes, they did. Both physical punishment and, you know, punishment that was sort of humiliation were ways that the teacher could enforce the rules when you've got everything from 5-year-olds to maybe 14, 15, and 16-year-olds in the same room.
So education's undergone a lot of reform since 1890. The 1890s.
It has, yeah.
Who typically was teaching? Was it a man or a woman?
More typically you'd see a man as a teacher. There would be maybe younger women or widowed women, but you're not going to see a married woman being a teacher during this time period.
So here at Ohio History Connection, you're bringing school kids in here. What do you want them to learn when they come into this classroom that's 120 years old?
So this is an immersive experience for them. A lot of times the kids will come in here dressed up and they get to experience history through kids like them. So it's a way for us to get kids interested in history through themselves, but then also they get to see what school was like in the 1890s or the 1860s, which we've interpreted in the past, and to have a little bit of understanding how the world has changed.
Well, it's fascinating, and you don't have to be a student to come in here. When the village is open, anybody can come in here and see what it was like to be in a one-room schoolhouse in the 1890s.
Yeah, and sometimes the teacher is here, so the teacher can talk to the visitors about what the experience was like and maybe give them a few lessons if they're so inclined.
And you can try the dunce cap on for size 2.
Yes, especially if you don't listen.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for being with us, and remember you can catch all of our episodes on columbusneighborhoods.org.
Plus, see our stories on the WOSU mobile app. And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We'll see you back here next week on Columbus Neighborhoods.
I know you've been drowning in the stress. That something is always a mess. Most days we get by with the lies. Tell everyone we're feeling just fine. So we started to fix all the lights. We've been walking around in our kitchen at night.
Support for Columbus Neighborhoods is provided by
At American Electric Power, we've been proud sponsors of WOSU Public Media for many years and strong supporters of our headquarters city here in Columbus, both downtown and in neighborhoods like yours.
State Auto Insurance Companies, transforming to become a digital provider of auto, home, and business insurance. And for nearly 100 years, committed to the people and neighborhoods of Central Ohio. State Auto. The Columbus Foundation. Smart philanthropy for a smart city. ColumbusFoundation.org. Bailey Cavalieri. Your relationship with your law firm doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be right. CODA. Keeps our community moving forward. Falgren Moortime Marketing and Communications. Think wider. Ohio Health focuses on you and your family with a mission to improve the health of our communities. Women in Philanthropy at Ohio State, changing lives by giving together. And by contributions from these and other Columbus area families who support WOSU. Thank you.